So what the heck is a hashtag? So before we get started, I have a lot of free things that I want to give out to everybody. We're just a small group today. I knew that today and tomorrow will pretty much be a little bit slower, even next week. Everybody should be getting some rest and spending time with their families. I know I will be. Labor Day is coming up, and hopefully once we get back to September, we have that final push for 2013 and in our studio. So we have a whole bunch of little free things here, and you can check them out. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. The first one is our free staff evaluation reports for martial arts school owners. So Shada is going to share a link in there. If you want to check that out, just fill it out, and it will give you some of our free reports. One thing that I'm talking about in tomorrow's webinar about marketing automation is one of the biggest issues today is just staffing, training staff, keeping staff, and and basically making sure that they're doing their jobs and their responsibilities. And a lot of times, we have to hold ourselves accountable when the staff is failing. In some cases, it's due to us. So that's one thing I talk about all the time. And if you're handling yourself and you're doing everything you should be doing, then you should see your retention a lot better with your staff. So let's see, Shada, did we put that in the chat box there, the link for the staff evaluations? Excellent. Thank you, Shada. Okay. The next little goodie we have for everybody, let me go back to the presentation here, is our back-to-school marketing kit. And the back-to-school marketing kit, most of you have been in the webinars, and it's really good if you haven't to go and check it out. Back-to-school marketing, the myth is that it's over, and that's not even close to being true. It's just starting, okay? So basically you want to make sure that if you haven't started your back-to-school marketing and you think that it's too late, it's not too late. Watch the webinar. Try to use some of the information I'm talking about. Get started and just do it. For those of you that haven't registered yet for the Champions Unite 2013, presented by Champions Way and United Professionals, this is an event that you should definitely consider attending. Some amazing speakers there. We have Mr. Fareed Dordar. We have Greg Silva. We have Melody Schumann. We also have, let's see, Paul Garcia, Master Apollo, Mr. Storm, Bill Storm, a lot of great speakers. I'll be there as well talking about marketing automation. And if you would like to register for that, Shada will also send another link for that. That's some cool stuff to get started. We'll be going through this quickly. All right, this isn't too complicated. It's almost so simple. Sometimes that creates confusion. So we'll basically get started. All right, let's see. So, okay, so before we get started, make sure you follow Champions Way and myself. Hashtag for Champions Way, Seedway, and Facebook.com/ChampionsWay. At Champions Way is our Twitter handle. Sensei Nick is my hashtag, and Facebook.com/Sensei NickD. And then also we have at Sensei Nick. So that's my Twitter handle. So before we get started, 5 key things. Branding has changed drastically. Number 2, some businesses have never thought of this, and now it is almost impossible to brand. I'm going to talk about these in a second. It does not matter what you like or what you think, and let's take a step back and look at right now. So let's talk first about the first one we're talking about here. Basically, some businesses have never thought of this, and now it is almost impossible to brand. I work with, obviously, several hundred, if not close to 1,000 martial arts school owners on a weekly basis. And as I go through and I'm, doing in charge of the social media operation, internet marketing, whatever you want to call it, some of these schools that I'm noticing that are just opening, their names of these schools are just really poorly thought out. And the thing is, one thing I would be doing is, instead of just continually going down the wrong path to brand myself, was I would probably consider like a rebranding, something. I'd probably consider changing my name. When I can't pronounce the name of your school and I'm in the martial arts, think about what the chances are of somebody who's looking to get into martial arts, if they can even pronounce it. All right, let alone find it on Google. I mean, if your name of your school is, whatever, like just something bizarre spelling, and it's hard. I understand. I'm not trying to, to insult anybody about, what you've done for your training. I'm just trying to give you just a vision of a branding perspective. If you can't spell the name, it's almost impossible to understand. Like, define it on Google, to search it. It's very difficult. And I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult. I said almost impossible. When we talk about Twitter handles, when we talk about hashtags, when we talk about social media, and like the thing is, as a business owner, your job is to be open-minded, not to say that no, that doesn't work, this is stupid, this, that, whatever, the other thing, and be more open-minded. So taking a step back and looking at right now. So what I'm going to talk about first is just masters of branding and branding manipulation. So I'm not, again, what I'm talking about, these people, I'm not, me and Champions Way, we're not advocates of these people. These are just basically people that, in my opinion, have used branding to a whole different level, and they just basically have manipulated a lot of people as well. And we're not saying that that's what you want to do, but if you look at some of the things they're doing from a branding perspective, especially the current members, Jay-Z, Kanye West, whatever, some of their stuff is just genius, and it is working, based on their sales. So one of the biggest manipulators, obviously, ever with branding was, Hitler. And the symbolism and the hand signs and the logos, and you're going to see some parallels to Nike. You're going to see some parallels to Jay-Z. Okay, it's very, very similar. I mean, what they're doing is it's very similar, manipulating people to believe in something. And they have hand symbols. Like Jay-Z has this, symbol right there with him and Kanye West, the triangle, the all-seeing eye. Here's the picture of Jay-Z. Do what thou wilt. For those of you that are looking into, if you're interested in learning more, that is, that is from Aleister Crowley, who was actually basically a Satanist, okay? And he's Jay-Z. You see him wearing that shirt. Is he a Satanist? I have no idea. I really have no idea. But when you look at, all these things and what your children are listening to in music, and everyone's listening to music, and they're talking about all this Illuminati things and the symbolism in the videos. Here's like, Jay-Z's on to the next one video. I took 2 images here. You have something of some type of satanic worshiping, logo, and this is supposed to be Brandon Lee from The Crow, and he's got all these other people that have died in his videos. And then if you look at Jay-Z right here, he's got the bathroom behind him. Well, then you look at the clothing line. The clothing line, Rocawear, his clothing brand, and then the symbols on that and so forth. And, is it cool? I mean, the kids think it is. Do they even know what they're wearing? Probably half of them don't even know why they're even wearing this material and what it is. But these are just forms of marketing, manipulation, and propaganda. And the more people talk about it, well, oh my God, Jay-Z's in the Illuminati, and and the Kanye and this guy. Like, let me ask you a question. Like, I have no idea whether they are or not. I really don't care. But the thing is, like, you see Jay-Z, and then you wonder all these other rappers and singers and whatever, they're all in it too. Well, the reason why they're all following suit is because he's making all the money. And if more people think that you're in it, it drives more people to your YouTube videos, and people start talking about it, and it spreads. So is he Illuminati? I really don't care. But they have millions of people wondering if he is, and that is a genius marketing and branding strategy. So these are just forms of today of how people are taking their brands and utilizing them. And we talked about the landing page for what I used for our back to school. Like, we copied right off of Jay-Z. He had the hashtag to share this, kept it really simple. So just want you to see that branding, it's even years ago from the 40s to now, it's still very similar. I mean, the only thing is the outlet of delivering, and that's obviously the internet, which changes everything. But it was always about symbols, propaganda, different logos, pictures, and making people believe things. So we're not doing anything close to what Hitler or Jay-Z is doing. But at the end of the day, we're getting our brand out there, and we want to make sure we're utilizing everything to make people see our brand, to make people recognize our brand, to make people believe in our brand, and to show them that we're doing things of a good cause. So good spreads, and obviously, unfortunately, so does evil, and so does controversy. So keep that in mind, and it's a little information for you. So the takeaways are going to be very simple. The first thing is, what is a hashtag? Why should I use one? And how do I make it work for my business? And then the fourth thing we'll go over is registering for our marketing automation webinar. So takeaway number one, which was, what is a hashtag? And I just took this right out of Wiki. Hashtag. On social media sites such as Twitter, a word or a phrase preceded by a hash or a pound sign and used to identify messages on a specific topic and or brand, which they don't have in here. Spammers often broadcast tweets with popular hashtags, even if the tweet has nothing to do with them. I actually do this sometimes on my Instagram account. I'm trying to build it up, so I'm trying to just, cheat a little bit and get some more people following me on my Instagram account. So I'll throw in there some generalized ones, and then I get more likes and more people follow me, and that's how you do it. The hash or pound sign, that's with your brand after it. For example, Seaway, we just made it Seaway. Okay, you can call it Champions NJ for my school. I'm going to show you some other ones, but that's all a hashtag is. How do you start a hashtag? How do you get it going? That's it. You start hashing. You don't go to GoDaddy and build something or sign something up or whatever. So basically, this is from Wiki, so that's why it's spelled out like that. So there's hashtag, 2 syllables. Sorry, I'm just answering that question there. Is it a typo? So, oh yeah, that's a typo there. I actually misspelled at the top. So anyway, that's what you want to understand about the hashtag. There's no special way of getting it set up. That's it. You just start hashing on Twitter, okay, on Facebook, on Instagram. You don't have to do anything. But the only thing we're going to talk about is how to pick your brand's hashtag. So takeaway number 2, why should I hashtag? Well, number 1, we talk about this all the time with anything, not having a brand void. So you don't have any type of void for your brand. Number 2, you do want to hashtag because of social promotions, which I'll get to. And number 3, the younger generation, this is how they communicate. Emailing, if I talk to my son or my stepdaughter, I say, let me send you an email. She looks at me, she's like, could you just send me a direct message, or could you just hit me up on Instagram or kick me or whatever? And I'm like, that's how they communicate. They don't do email. It's like, but the thing is, we're not saying not to do email. We're just saying that the younger generation, and that's how they're communicating. So we know that if we can market to them, that's one of the reasons why we want to do it. We want them to see what's going on, because that's what they're following. They're not searching their inbox on Microsoft Outlook. Here's some examples that I've shown several of the clients before. Here's one on my website. I have a nice hashtag up there, and that will link into my Twitter conversation. I'm using this on my Facebook banner. Okay, that's like a Facebook banner, and then you can have it there to promote it. This is my Facebook banner for Sensei Nick, if you notice it right here. And then also my marketing automation webinar. There's some information there as well, and then there's my hashtag, and that will link you back to some conversations about me. Here's my Champions NJ hashtag. Here's the Sensei Nick hashtag. So I have a whole bunch of webinars that are going on. I'm always tagging it, and if it does lead them back to it, they're going to see a whole lot of things about webinars and things that will value them. So that's how it works. If you go to hashtag in the search of Facebook and then put your hashtag in, then it would take you to that conversation. So just get started doing that just right away. So takeaway number 3 is how do I make it work for my business? So the first thing is, like we said, number 1, just start your own hashtag. Start something with just get it created. Okay, and then from here, it's going to come down to what you're doing in your school. Okay, and basically what you're going to give to get. So this is tomorrow's marketing automation webinar. We have a whole bunch of templates that will be coming with our marketing automation platform. So basically, here's one of them. It will be like your logo, and then everything at the top. What the heck is a hashtag? And then letting your students know exactly what it is and what could you do to help. So you have to educate the people through email, through text messaging, talking to them while they're at the counter. Really, it's like if you have people at your front desk, it's all about getting your students to start first, because leads aren't going to hashtag thinking about going to Champions. Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe somebody, if they went to your hashtag, they might actually type in a question on Facebook and say, thinking about going to Champions NJ. Any thoughts? And then someone might actually go on there and do it. I mean, but the other thing you have to worry about is someone could put something negative on. Can't stand Champions NJ. Stay away from them. Just like before, like on post. But we can't worry about that. We can't worry about that. And a lot of people see through that as well. I've had a couple people over the past 3 or 4 years that were so negative on a post on our lounge or on Facebook, and people thought that it was actually hurting me, when in reality it was actually helping me get more clients. because people actually hurt themselves and like make themselves look so bad that other people are just like, oh, Nick, I saw that conversation going on. That person is crazy. While they think that everyone's listening to them, they're hurting us. In reality, they're not. They're actually helping us, because people that have to go that far out of the way, and talk bad about other people, people understand that. So, but I'm not saying that sometimes someone will not put something bad on there. So, stickers in your school, I have some ideas here for you that will help you. But having the stickers in your school, using this email, and then here's another one too. Like, enter for a chance to win. Grand prize totals up to $1,000. Love Snap Tag Win. Post a photo of you or your child at Champions. Tag it with Champions NJ. You could win $1,000 or other prizes at our year-end party, holiday party. That post to win. It's all about. So the reason why, people would do this is what we want them to do is at belt graduations, at events that we're hosting, tournaments, fun nights, whatever. We want to get everyone, posting. That's the goal. That's what we're trying to get them to do. The other thing too would be, I showed a couple people before my champion sticker. This is I give this to my students. We sell some of them, but we give these stickers out on the cars. And now what we're trying to do is use the hashtag ChampionsNJ instead of just the Champions Fist. We're using that. We're going to make some stickers. And it was funny. This poor guy, Signs by Dan. This guy makes all my stickers, and like 30 schools asked me about getting the stuff, and not one of them ordered it. And it's like, I just saw him the other day. I said, Dan, all those school owners that wanted stickers to brand, none of them bought any. And I said, wow, that's amazing. I mean, besides, doing social media, website, SEO, email marketing, whatever, you still got to invest in stickers. And if you have a nice logo, letting people drive around with it. I mean, it works. It's really good. I mean, everywhere you drive in my town, you'll see that fist somewhere. I drive over the bridge to Philly. People see it. So I put his name here, Signs by Dan, a good friend of mine, makes all my posters, banners, stickers, everything, vehicles, decals, Facebook.com/signsbydan. And definitely check it out. And these are the stickers that he can make for you as well. So a couple more hashtag tips, and I'm sure some of the people that have been to most webinars have heard these already, but for those of you who haven't, all one word. So Champions NJ, not Champions space NJ. And it'll just take them to Champions. And the reason why I can't use Champions is because basically, when the NBA teams became champions, when the baseball teams became champions, and so forth, these people all use this, and I want to use something custom that will take people to me, not having to go through and look at LeBron James and whoever won the baseball World Series and the NFL championship. Champions, that's a very common word. So Champions NJ, that's all us. So. Check to make sure no one else is using, and the easiest way to do it is if you go on to Instagram, if you go on to Twitter, if you go on to Facebook, is just go into the search and put it in and see if anyone else is using the hashtag. Put it on your website, put it in your school, put it on your events calendar, put it on T-shirts. Realize that you will be ahead. Most people will just be like, what are you doing? What the hell is this? All right, so in the beginning, you will be far ahead. It will take some time. Definitely check it out. Put on your T-shirts that we talked about, maybe on the back, and have that, or on the front, then have something on the back. Realize you will be ahead. Hash on Facebook posts for your brand on your fan page. It is a great form of, obviously, brand recognition, so we know that as well. All right, and that's it. So it's very simple. There's nothing too complicated with this. Like I said, this will be a quick webinar, and the big one is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I really could answer any questions. It's not that complicated. But a lot of people were asking about what to do and how to do it. So again, let's put up that the actual link, Shada, for if anyone would like to register for tomorrow's marketing automation webinar. It's at 2 o'clock Eastern. It will be 3 different phases: lead nurturing, student nurturing, and also, I believe, cancel nurturing, social media automation, ebook and content automation. And this is going to be something I think you guys will be very, very excited to see. Try your best to make it. And then, Shada, what we'll do is we'll take some basic questions. This is pretty simple, but if there are any questions, let's take them now. Great question. How long does it take to get your hashtag recognized? Instantly. That's the coolest part. As soon as you hashtag, if you wanted to test it out on Facebook and then you went to the Facebook page, it would come up immediately. And same thing for Twitter, same thing for Instagram, like if you searched it, it will come up instantly. Can we hashtag anything we want? Yes. You could hashtag it. You can. You could, you could just type in something like, fun, football, baseball, whatever you want to hashtag. You could do whatever you want on the hashtag. All right, guys. Well, that's awesome. We're really excited about that. If there's any other questions, we'll be in here for another 30 seconds. If not, guys, we'd like to thank everybody for attending. And on behalf of Champions Way, guys, we'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern. Thanks a lot and have a great day.